So my name is Sage. I am an experience specialist with TB Premier Services, and today I'm gonna do a little demo on how to do bubbling painting. And it's super fun and it's super easy. So I'll just get started by letting you know all the different ingredients I have here. So here's I'm gonna do pink and green and blue, and I'll show you how to mix one, but I already mixed two of them already so that they're all set. So basically just 2 small cups. I have a old straw here that I had saved from a long time ago from McDonald's. You could also use a reusable straw, but there'll be paint in it, so you want to wash it really well afterwards. So then I'm just using normal acrylic paint. You can use a lot of different color or a lot of different kinds of paints with this. Like I saw some people online were using washable paints because they wanna, it's kind of a fun craft for kids, but also really messy. So washable is a good idea. And then dish soap and water in the cups. And then my other part of the setup here, I have this piece of paper that I'll be bubble painting on. And I tried, when I was practicing, I tried to use a colored piece of paper, but it makes it so that it doesn't show up very well. So I would go with white, but you can try a couple different ones if you want to. And then I have this paper towel set up here where I'm gonna put the cups while I blow bubbles into them, because it can get a little messy and that'll make cleanup easier. And then as you can see, I've got this big plastic thing underneath, so that should catch any extra drips. So here, first we will, and the nice thing about this is that it's super simple. So you get a cup of water, fill it most of the way up because you want the bubbles to come up over the top, so you can put them onto the paper, as I'll show you later. Just do an amount of paint, kind of like a big glob, so that there's a lot of color in there. And then add some dish soap. And it can't be detergent, it has to be soap because you need it to bubble up, just as a side note. And that's probably enough. And then I'll just use my straw to stir. I'm gonna wipe it off a little bit so it doesn't get green in there. And you can stir it however you want. If you stir it sort of slow, then you won't make it get bubbly right away because there's soap in there, but it doesn't super matter. And then you can tell that it's working if, so I had some old paints that I tried at first that didn't really work because they kind of separated. So you can tell if it's kind of the same opacity of milk, that'll work the best, because then the bubbles will keep the color. And so then we're gonna make a nice little painting here, and it looks a little bit silly. So I put my hair up because it is really messy. You kind of have to get down in there. So here we go. So basically you put the straw into the paint and then you blow some bubbles in there. Okay, and then when you have a bunch, you can't just put the paper flat onto there. I like to roll them on with the straw. And you want to do sort of a lot because the color will be pretty faint. As you can see, these bubbles look pretty white, but they should leave behind a little bit of pink color on here. All right, so there's a lot of pink. And then you can kind of spread it around however you want to. I like to also tap the straw off on there so that the extra bubbles go with it. And I'm gonna make some green ones. So you can see that it's sort of pretty messy. All right, let's wipe these onto here. That looks good. I think that got a lot of green in there. And you may find that certain colors work better than others. Like right off the bat, I think this pink will leave a little bit of color on there, but it doesn't look very, it's not as dark as the green is. And all the colors will be pretty pastel versions of themselves. Ooh, I kind of like how that's turning out. And also you, another note, it doesn't super matter. You could use printer paper if you wanted to, but the thicker the paper, the better, because we're basically painting water onto this, colored water, and so so I use construction paper so it can soak up a little more of the water and not be too soggy afterwards. Now I'll add some glue onto here. I'm gonna try and cover the rest of this with glue, and then once it's dry, I'll show you guys the finished product. All right, now my paper is all colored, so I'm gonna let it be, and then I'll show you guys how it turns out. All right, so I'm back here the next day, and my painting is all dry, and I really like how it turned out. I'll just show you. Kind of looks like a bubbly, watercolory pattern. One tip that I will say is that I think it's better to use darker colors, because with a lot of my lighter ones, you basically can only see the color where the paint water had like pooled up. Whereas with the green, you can actually, I don't know if you can see when I showed it to you, but it has actual little bubble patterns on there. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, but this is really fun, and I'll probably use this to, I don't know, write a nice note to a friend or as some fun stationery. So this is a fun craft. I hope that you guys enjoy it if you are following along.